Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first day of I don't know if it just started or not, so I guess I'll start over. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first day of Vlogmas. So today is December 1st, 2021, and this is going to be my low quality Vlogmas vlog of the day. So I'm going to try and keep up with Vlogmas this year, maybe do some everyday live streams, simple, easy task where I just like recap my day. But Christmas edition for the 25 days of Vlogmas. So today was a Wednesday and it's the brink. We're on the cusp of final season. So I started off today doing group homework, group project work. And then I went to a practice meeting. On my way to my practice meeting, I'm frequently running late to things when it comes to dorm life because I underestimate the amount of time that it takes me to get there and the amount of time I need to get ready and whatnot. So I'm on my way to my practice presentation at 11 a.m. And typically I ride my scooter places because it's an electric scooter, so it helps me get there a little bit faster. And I'm riding my scooter. And if you watch my weekly vlog from this week, which will be up probably in like a month because I'm a little bit behind on editing, but I'm riding my scooter trying to get there. I just made this coffee, and my mom sent me these Keurig pods. So they're the donut shop coffees, but they're the mocha lattes, and it was so delicious. So I like am drinking my coffee in my room. I'm like, do I take it with me? Do I not? So I literally transfer it from like a paper cup into a reusable cup so I can have a lid on it so I can put it in my scooter and take it with me on the go with my scooter. And so I'm out the door with my scooter. I'm driving 15 miles per hour. That's the max my scooter goes. I usually go that fast because it's just more efficient. Um, my coffee is in the cup holder. However, the handlebars on my scooter are like just too big, so I can't tighten the cup holder enough. So it just like flops around. So like the coffee's spilling everywhere, especially every time I hit a bump, it spills even more, it flops even more, like it's going up and down. It's just not stable. So the scooter has cruise control, so I can go 15 miles per hour consistently just by setting it on cruise control. So I hold the coffee cup while it's on cruise control because I'm just going real simple. I'm holding the coffee cup. I'm only doing this for my last little stretch. I'm at the beginning of the D bar and I'm holding the coffee cup. Mendoza is in the near distance. But then as I'm holding it, I know that when I press the brakes, even when I have two hands on the handlebars, that my body still like jerks from like the inertia and from like the harshness of just a simple little tap to the brakes. So I'm thinking in my head, like, I probably should put this coffee down before I hit the brakes. But before I know it, like the turn's coming up and I'm like, I gotta start slowing down so I can make my turn. And all of a sudden I just press the brakes. Like I only have one hand barely on the handlebar. So like this is the handlebar. My hand's usually like grasping the handlebar, but instead I reach out for the brakes. So all I have is just like my thumb hooks around the handlebar and I press the brakes and then like I don't even know what happened next. I have literally no idea, but I go flying off the scooter and I land face down on the pavement. Luckily my face didn't hit the pavement, but everything else did, and I am in pain still. It is literally midnight. It is actually December 2nd as I'm speaking. It's 12 exactly in 28 seconds. Um, so I hit the pavement. My ankle is literally swollen. My knee is scraped and both of them are bruised. My thumb is super swollen. Like, look at the difference of my thumbs. This one is so swollen. And like right here, I don't know what it is. At first I thought it was broken, but I can move it. So it's not broken. Um, but it's super bruised and it's super swollen. And then I have this cut on my hand right here that you can't really see because I'm on my laptop camera because my camera setup did not work. I found a wire, but I could not connect my camera to this laptop in order to have a higher quality live stream. So low quality, honestly, is just the vibe. It's kind of aesthetic, and this is what we're going with. But I'm like all banged up. And like my elbow hurts, only this elbow though, not my right elbow. So I like fly off the scooter and I land face down on the concrete. Luckily, my face doesn't hit like I did cheer, so I've fallen a lot, but I'm like face down on the pavement. My face is up. My glasses literally fall off of my face, and I dropped the coffee. But I didn't drop the coffee when I was falling, like actively falling. But I was on the ground within seconds. But you think I would have like stutter stepped or like big stepped or like I don't know, dropped the coffee and like grabbed onto the handlebars, literally anything. I did nothing to save myself. I just fell. But it all happened so fast that I really don't even know. And luckily, since I was running late, there was no one out walking to class. There was only an old man who was like biking by. And at first, when I'm laying on the ground, he was saying nothing. And I was like, is this man really gonna ignore me right now? Like I just completely face planted. But then he gets a little bit closer and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." At this point, I was just standing back up. I was like, "I gotta go. I gotta get up and go. I'm already running late. Gotta get to my group project." And I'm standing up, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he's like, "Probably just hurt pride." And I was like, "Yeah, probably." But I was like, no, like, no, no, my thumb hurts really bad already. My elbow already hurt. My knees already hurt." I was like, "I am in physical pain. This is more than pride." But I was like, "Oh, it's whatever." And also my jacket, I was wearing like my tri-climate jacket, which is white if you've ever watched any of my vlogs. Um, it was covered in coffee and it was scraped from me hitting the concrete and like, I don't know, I guess like scuffing it. I don't even know. Um, so I go into Mendoza and I like sit down at the table and I'm like I luckily I find like some humor in these kind of things. Like I think it's a little bit funny because like what the heck, like what are the odds? I'm definitely like super banged up and a little bit of pain, but I'm not like terribly hurt. Like nothing is wrong. I physically can still go about my day. Um, so like I do think it's a little bit funny. I wish I had a video of me falling. I'm glad no one got a video of me falling, but I wish I had a video of me falling simply because I don't understand how it happened and also because that would've been kinda funny for me to put in my vlog, but it's okay. It's I don't know. At least no one saw me. It was fine. Just that old man, and he asked if I was okay, so it was okay. But I told my group, I was like, "I'll be right back," because I didn't cry, and I was kinda surprised because it did hurt kind of a lot, and I thought maybe I was in shock at first, and that's why. So I was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom and, like, figure this out. I gotta clean my jacket, and I gotta, like, figure this out." So I was like, "Oh, I just face planted going 15 miles per hour on my scooter." So I'll be right back. And they were like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Is your scooter okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like luckily the cup holder on my scooter broke the fall. Um, so I go to the bathroom and I like wipe it off and I was like, "Okay, actually I think I'm okay. Like I think I'm fine." There was like this was the only cut I found at that time. I do have one on my knee though that I found later, and I was like, "Okay, I'm fine." So I like literally went through, did my presentation, then I went back outside, and I left my coffee out there in the cup holder because I was like mad about the coffee because that's literally the reason I fell because I decided to bring this coffee with me. So I take the coffee and I throw it away, reusable cup and all. I just throw it away because I was like, I don't even want to own this anymore. I'm so upset about it. So I just throw it away, and then I like scooter. I was supposed to have another group meeting, but then we ended up not meeting because none of us had time to work on the project. So I scooted back to my dorm and like, I don't know, I was like, I'm still using the scooter, I'm good, like, we're fine. Then I get back to my dorm and I was like, I am kind of banged up. And then I did post a lot about it on my Snapchat story, on my private story. Um, and I texted all of my family and I was like, I just went on like a whole rant basically. There's like 12 slides. If you watch my vlog from this week started on November 28th, I think. Yeah, no, it started on November 29th. Um, you can see my entire private story because I showed it in the vlog because I thought it was kind of funny. But that's how I started my day. Like literally, I woke up, I ate oatmeal, I face planted on the pavement, and then I came back to my room. So that was like basically the most significant part of my entire morning because it happened right away, right away. And it was pretty eventful. But then I went to like the grab and go because I have over 100 meal swipes left, and I've got like 2 weeks left of the semester until I'm gone, including finals and reading days and whatnot. So I've got a lot of swipes to use. I'm definitely not going to use them all, but I'm trying. So I went to the huddle or the grab and go, and I got like a drink and a ramen. And then I came back here and I like ate my lunch, watched a YouTube video, did my little group project because I had a presentation today, which is why I'm like wearing makeup and like my hair is like this, like all fancy, and I'm wearing like this black top. Because we had to like kind of dress up. So I'm like doing my presentation and practicing the slides, and then I have another presentation tomorrow. So I also was like doing those slides and like kind of writing a script for them a little bit. And then I had to go to Spanish class, so I went to Spanish, and then Spanish was fine. I didn't really have to talk today, which was good. But I have like another presentation for Spanish, which like now I have 5 presentations. That one's not a group though; that one's individual. But the other 4 are group. That one's individual. But now I have 5 presentations and so many papers that are all due next week. And 2 presentations are due this week, but the papers are due next week. It's so much. Everything is just kind of like we're in finals mode. I went to Spanish. That was fine. I walked to Spanish because I was kind of upset at that point about the scooter. My scooter really did me dirty today. So then I walked back here and then I continued to work on my presentation. I started working on my foresight presentation, which is a presentation for tomorrow. The one today was innovation and design thinking. And then that was at like 3:30. I was working on foresight that whole time. Then my sister texted me, and there was like a serious lockdown situation that happened at her school today. So that was kind of crazy. So I'm like trying to work on this presentation, but then all of a sudden she's like texting all of us, and she's like, "We're in a lockdown." So then we were all like, "What?" My dad was freaking out. Morgan was, like, trying to adopt a cat, but then she was, like, confused because the texts weren't coming through, so then she didn't really know what was going on. Mackenzie's freaking out because she's, like, in this situation. So that was kinda crazy, but they got the guy, and I don't think anyone got hurt, but I'm not really sure. Um, so that was crazy. And then I had to get ready to go do my presentation. I was like, "Oh my god, like, it's just too much." I wasn't even done with my foresight, and I had that right after. So I had to sit in the innovation design thinking presentation. Time slot was, like, a 3-hour window, and we weren't allowed to leave. We had to sit there the whole time so that way we could hear the ideas and then vote because we're working on this school project for these girls in Uganda. So it's this vocational training center called St. Bakita's, and Notre Dame has benefactors who endow a lot of the funds that help to support the school. So it was our job to do ethnographic research and use design thinking frameworks in order to implement a solution that would help the school become more self sustaining or help the girls in the school in some way. So my group presented on childcare to make education more accessible to mothers, but also to children because early education is really important. Um, but we had to sit there for the whole 3 hours and what we think the $10,000 that they're allocating for this semester, should go to. So, I was there for 3 hours, but then also there was an RA info session today that I wanted to go to, so she said that it was okay if I left. So I came to the RA info session, then I went back to the presentation, and then our presentation went really well. I kicked us off and I did the storytelling part, and I think I did a great job at crafting this story. I was like, I'm a marketing major, storytelling is my passion. And I think it came through. I did a really good job at telling this story. So then once that was out of the way, once the RA info session was out of the way, I got to eat my Chick-fil-A nuggets that she provided for us in peace. And I also ate a Chick-fil-A salad, and it was pretty delicious. It was like a kale salad, kale and, like, something else, and I put, like, a mustard dressing on it, and it was just so good, like, so delish. Probably the best salad I've ever had, probably just because of the dressing, but it was really delicious. I loved it. Um, I worked on my foresight slides while I was in there, so I was writing my script for foresight, and then I met with the foresight group, and it was not as productive as I would have wanted it to be, and I was kind of upset about that because the presentation's tomorrow, and some of the slides weren't ready. We had to redo some of the slides. Some of the people, like, group projects are hard. People don't contribute. Um, it's a lot to balance. So that was kind of a struggle because I went in thinking it was going to be a 15 to 30-minute meeting, and it ended up being an hour. And I have to meet with them again tomorrow morning, which is just time I wasn't allocating for because I have lots of other things to do. For example, I have a group project on Monday and also like 4 essays due on Monday. So, I have a lot of other things to do. I want this meeting to be a little bit more productive, but such is life and such is group work. So I've got to show up again tomorrow and do my practice presentation again. Um, but it's fine. I'm glad that'll be out of the way tomorrow because then I only have 2 group presentations next week. One of them I'm actually kind of nervous about, sports marketing. That class, I don't know, kind of important to me. All of my classes are important to me, but this one especially so just because it's very, like, real world oriented. Um, and we're doing a sales pitch for a sponsorship, and it's in a boardroom setting, so it's gonna be just our group and him and his team of 2 to 3 people. So, I don't know. I feel like the stakes for that one are kind of high, and I'm a little bit nervous about it, but it should be fine. And then on Tuesday, I just have, like, an idea lab pitch. So those are just, like, crazy bold ideas, and we already have our ideas, and my group is super chill, so honestly, that one will be fine. I only have to meet with them a little bit, and my family's also coming up this weekend, so just a lot going on. And then after all of this is over, like, after Tuesday, all I'll have at that point is a Spanish paper, a take-home test, and then 1 sit-down exam, and also a quiz for foresight that I have to take. Um, but honestly, the only thing I'm worried about, the Spanish paper is gonna be kind of a lot, but I'm a good writer, so it'll be okay. But I am a little bit worried about my econ final just because that class, I do not like econ. Um, it is just not, I don't really think it's that relevant to my major. It's not really relevant to anything that I want to do in my career. So I just am not a fan of econ. I don't enjoy it. Not particularly talented naturally at it. It's something I do have to work at. So there's just gonna be a lot of work sitting down and doing that. And personally, I would prefer to start studying for that now, but I simply just don't have the time to sit down and allocate like 2 hours a day to it because I have lots of other things that I need to spend time on, so that's a little bit rough. Um, Other than that, yeah, I don't really have anything else. Grace got me Bruno's pizza, and I'm excited to eat it. I'm gonna eat it tomorrow. It looks very delish. And I feel like that's it for today. So I guess this is me wrapping up Vlogmas day 1 under 15 minutes. Now I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna take my contacts out, throw them away so I can get new contacts tomorrow because I was supposed to switch them out today, but I forgot. Um, Take my makeup off and go to bed. And hopefully my body doesn't hurt too bad tomorrow, but I'll update you then because honestly I'm in so much pain right now. So we'll see. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hear about the rest of my life as a college student. Next year I'll be a college student abroad. That's kind of interesting. So tune into that. I don't know. I think that's gonna be a lot of good content. And you have to subscribe in order to keep on top of it. So subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 2 as long as I don't forget. Bye.